Joseph is on. Sorry, Joseph, I didn't have your joke yesterday because you put it in a disappearing message. So after 24 hours, it disappeared. I didn't get a chance to write it down. So Joseph from Nevada's on. Christopher's on in the UK. Ida Marie's on in Washington, D.C. Gary's on in Surrey, British Columbia. And Christopher's on in Washington State. All right. Well, welcome. If you noticed my thumbnail today, it was the snowblower because snow is in the forecast for early next week. It looks like maybe our first snowstorm is on its way. And so I moved all the winter tires that I'm going to be having put on the cars on Tuesday. I moved the snowblower and put away the lawnmower and got things ready for winter because I think it might be coming soon. 39 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny and crisp for you in DC, Ida Marie. Today it's not bad. It's only about 3 degrees, so it's not super warm, but it's sunny out. And tomorrow will be much the same. It's just Tuesday we're starting to look at maybe 15 centimeters of snow at some point on Tuesday, and then maybe another 10 to 15 on Wednesday, and then 1 to 3 on Wednesday. So if we get all the stuff that's predicted, it will be quite wintry outside. So I'm just preparing for it a little bit. Even we'll be getting the Christmas lights up either today or tomorrow. So we're going to take advantage of that. 9 degrees Celsius in Falmouth. Okay. A little bit warmer than it is here. Happy Thanksgiving from Norway. Not Thanksgiving here, but south of the border it was. Our Thanksgiving in Canada is in October, but thank you very much. And nice to have someone on from Norway. Welcome. And there's Media in Finland. 7 degrees there in Helsinki. One of the things I do like about American Thanksgiving is Black Friday. So yesterday was the big sales go on, not only south of the border, but here in Canada too, and online. So I bought a new TV yesterday, which we needed because the sides of our old TV were black. And so anything in those frames where the picture was that was on the extreme left-hand side, we couldn't see it all. So now we have something that we can see again. So that was nice, and got a real good deal on it. So I'm happy with that. I got a little bit of Christmas shopping done online last night. I got some stuff for me and some stuff for other people. So very good. Ladybug is officially 30 years old now. Wow. Happy birthday. I keep talking, making me happy that you're on the West Coast, not the East Coast. Yeah, you're not getting the snow right now. Now, you may get snow because you have had snow in the past. Actually, last winter, I think you guys got more snow than we did. So we'll see what happens there in the long run. It's 11 degrees in Nevada for Joseph. You'll find out when you get a postcard. Oh, okay, you're not necessarily in Nevada then right now, okay. That's why it's maybe a little bit chillier. Maybe you're a bit further north. Roger says it's 15 degrees in Athens. They've had some rain, okay. Well, as long as you're staying safe. 20 degrees for Ron in Washington State, so a little chilly there. That's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Some say sales weren't great for Black. I guess it depends what you're shopping for. I bought a new winter coat this morning, so I'm happy with that. We got the TV. We got some Lego. What else did we get? We have a new vacuum coming. Oh, there were some other things too that we put on our list and thought we'd get. What else do we have? Monty is on in Saskatchewan now. -6 degrees there. You're the winner for being the coldest, I think, right now. One of your crossing cards got registered. Well, that's good. Marzi Cat in South Carolina, 39 degrees Fahrenheit for you. And Gary's getting some rain tomorrow. The mountains will get the snow. Recently joined Post Crossing and have enjoyed the videos a lot. Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching and joining the live stream too. Maybe you'll be a regular like the rest of them. We've only got 2 more weeks before we'll be doing our 20th live, 20th, our 200th live stream on Saturdays. So that giveaway is only 2 weeks away, December the 13th. So hard to believe, but it's coming. Oh, there's Lila in Maryland. Thank you so much for the stamps. I'll be showing those early next week. Gary said he drew an address that Sunday for a postcard to England, put it in a mailbox Monday, log. Wow, got there really quick to England. That's awesome. Item Marie says today is Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday soon. Yeah, basically from Friday through to Monday, that's when all the sales are taking place. So hopefully everything that you want out there, you get it at a discount. And hopefully that makes it a little bit busier for Canada Post and that's delivering all your parcels. I know I did my part over the last 24 hours, so there'll be a few parcels showing up here. Alive on the 13th. Yeah, well, it won't be a Friday. It'll be a Saturday the 13th, so that's all right. You also... Okay, Scroll. What's your real name? It'd be easier to verify when I'm, well, not verify, but to chat with you when you're doing that. You also joined Philately Club this summer. Let me know if you want some Norwegian stamps. Always love to have Norwegian stamps. And if you want some Canadian stamps in return, just make sure your return address is on the envelope when you send it. Hello to Ryan House. Welcome. Gary's going to a stamp warehouse sale later this morning. Should be a lot of interesting things. A stamp warehouse sale. Wow. You'll have to tell us all about that. I don't know what's in a stamp warehouse sale. They sell Vario pages and stamp books and albums and old Scott catalogs and stamps. Be curious. Ashlid? No, Ashild. You let me know if I'm getting even close to pronouncing that correctly. I will continue to try. Do I like mint or used stamps? Traditionally, my father's stamp collection is filled with used stamps. I'm not in it for the value of the stamps and that it's going to make $1 million. So used are just fine by me. But if it's a newer stamp and it's mint and you want to get rid of it or you're willing to let it go, I'll take those as well. I usually just put them in Vario pages. So thanks. Ashild. I'm going to continue it. The A it probably has a different sound to it than I'm actually using. So Media did some Black Friday shopping. Got museum cards. Okay. That's nice. I'm hoping that's 0.69 euros, not 69 euros for a postcard. Oshild. Okay, Oshild. That's better when you can write it out phonetically that way. It'll make it a lot easier. So Oshild. Just the more times you say it, the easier it gets stuck in your brain that you can associate the two together. Oh, not a postcard. I from Joseph's understanding. Okay, so a year's membership to the museum is normally 69 euros or 86 euros, and you got it for 69. Okay, that makes more sense to me. I was thinking that's really expensive postcard. Oh, Christopher got the new Victoria stamps. I saw them being posted that they were coming out by the Royal Mail. Long-time collector and reseller, there'll be a lot of collections, lots of random packs, some singles. His wife is working on getting him to reduce his stamp holdings. Okay, hopefully you can get some real good deals in, Gary. Good luck with that. I get a free entrance to about 350 museums in Finland with the museum card. Well, you make good use of it, Media, so getting it at a discount, getting it for 69 euros is amazing because you go to a lot of different museums, so you make it well worth it. And then you post all your pictures on Instagram so we all get to see where you go. That's even better. Sharing the experiences. Ron says he collects both mint and used. Mint for the good looks and used for the stories and the historic places they have been. So do you keep one of each stamp if you can, and get one mint, one used one? The National Gallery of Art is having an Aboriginal art exhibition, Ida Marie says, in Washington, D.C. Black Friday crowds drive me crazy. I prefer shopping online. Yeah, the only place we went to for Black Friday yesterday was to Costco for the television. Everything else was online. You get free museums in DC? Wow. So if you want to go to the Smithsonian, any one of the many buildings, it's free? Or is it just because of your employment that you get it for free? It's awesome, Ron. You get 2 of everything. Joseph, I think that's a question for Media, right? How many museums do you think she's going to visit in 2026? Costco crowds are always crazy, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't think that it was any crazier than it normally is on a Friday. I had something set in mind that I wanted. I wanted that television. I got my brother-in-law to bring his truck, and the 2 of us went in, found the TV, walked it almost up to an empty cash. Not, it wasn't empty, but we were like 3rd in line, which to me that's kind of empty. Didn't have to wait too bad, so that was okay. Christopher's wife Yvonne got a new laptop as a Black Friday deal. So you're getting Black Friday deals in the UK as well. That's not just a North American thing. So all over the place. It's kind of a shopping day, I assume. All free federal tax dollars. Okay, so not free. The U.S. population is paying for all those entrances, but it's very nice that museums are accessible for everyone. Yeah, Media goes to a lot of museums every week. And you're very fortunate that in Helsinki there are a lot of museums. You don't necessarily have to travel. I know you do travel, but there are a lot that you can see. And with the rotation of all the exhibits, you can go to the same place several times a year and see new things. Ida Marie got a new TV, a laptop smart TV. Very nice. This was the first time in a very long time. I don't normally get extended warranties, but I did get it for the television this time. So instead of 90 days, I've got 6 years on it. So I do have to go and register it. The last TV that we were replacing only lasted 8 years, which for me, I think is a pretty short amount of time. But my wife suggested pay the little extra, get the extended warranty. So we did it. Well, hello, Stephen in Australia. Welcome. New York City is a nice place for museums, too. Yes, it is. I've been to many museums in New York City. But they weren't free in New York City, the museums. I remember going to a bunch of different ones there. And yeah. Museum of Modern Art, the Guggenheim. They all cost money to get into. Very nice limerick yesterday, Steve, for Mr. Freud, Sigmund Freud. Ashlid, if you're still on, in Norway, what's going on in Norway? I don't think we even got your weather report. What's it like there? Is it very similar to what Media is having in Finland? Well, there's Isabel in Chile. Welcome. Good afternoon. You have a National Maritime Museum in Falmouth. It's 3 degrees Celsius in Norway. And your community in Norway, is it north, south of Oslo? Where are we in relation? Trying to pinpoint whereabouts you are in Norway. I've been to Washington, D.C. before, but I've never been to the Smithsonian. So one day I'll get a chance to go back and see. I know there's so many, it's just massive buildings and buildings and buildings for the Smithsonian, but it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, I had to say sex a few times, Stephen, because of your thing. No, it's not racy. It's all right. Minus 20 in Canada. Where are you that you think it's minus 20 in Canada? Are you in the Northwest Territories, the Yukon? It's certainly not that here. It's only 3 degrees, but not minus 20. So Trondheim, but originally from the northern. All right, excuse my ignorance, I don't know where Trondheim is. So where is that? You know, I can picture where Oslo is on the map, and then I'm lost after that. So you'll have to give me geographic areas, north, south, the middle. Middle. Okay, thank you so much. It's going to get up to 6 degrees in Surrey, British Columbia. 18 degrees in Concepcion in Chile for Isabel. Mars Cat's been to see the Air and Space Museum of the Smithsonian portion. You're in Alberta. Okay, you must be in the northern Alberta. I can't imagine it's minus 20 in Calgary. Is it minus 20 in Edmonton even? -12 degrees in Port Lincoln early in the morning. Okay. The U.S. Botanical Gardens is having a Christmas exhibit themed dinosaurs made in nature like twigs. Interesting. Might be some nice pictures of your posting. Yeah, it's a bit cool for you for this time of year. Well, yeah, I guess you're getting into your summer here. This spring is coming to an end for you. Oh, did Calgary get a dump of snow already? Okay, didn't know that. I know Ontario right now in Canada is getting snow. They got some Thursday maybe, and are getting some again this evening or tomorrow. And I've seen a few people in Ohio have gotten some snow, so kind of that Midwestern middle part of Canada in the US are getting some snow. Timothy, I'm not sure what you're trying to communicate here. What's on the plan coming up? Let's see. Okay, end of the month is tomorrow. So that means the giveaway for Stamp of the Month is tomorrow. Your application deadline for joining the Unicorn Gang has ended. So there will be a meeting of the Unicorn Gang very soon, I hope, to decide who our 4 new members will be. That's coming up. We'll have a new Stamp of the Month coming up maybe Monday. We shall see. Oh, what else is going on? We've talked about the 200th live stream giveaway on the 13th of December. Is there something else I'm forgetting? Maybe. I don't know. We'll have all these stamp items that came in this week will be shown next week. Rosalid is going to Jewel Board this evening to eat some traditional Christmas food with 2 friends. Okay, that sounds fun. Anytime you can go and eat food, I'm on board with that. So what is traditional Norwegian food, Christmas food? Yeah, Media could travel around, go to Chile to go to the museum there, could visit Ida Marie and her museum stuff in Washington, D.C. too. Excuse me if I keep getting up. I keep repositioning myself. I was moving winter tires and snow blowers and bringing up Christmas lights and things like that today, so my back is a bit tender already. You will eat rib today. Now, is that ribs like meat on a bone ribs, or is ribbe something different? You have to educate me. And I know Santa's been busy writing some letters. There'll be more letters, I'm sure, going out from Santa. And I'm still sending some World Postcard Day postcards too. So for some people that haven't received those yet, they're still either traveling in the mail or waiting to travel. I showed you the stickers and things that came in. So we've got some Christmas stickers to go out on a few different things. Any stamps out in December? Anyone? I'm not sure. I'm assuming there'll be at least one more stamp being issued by Canada Post here at the early start of December. But we just had the graphic novelist. Do I have that to show you? Yeah, these were the ones that just came out. Those are the most recent ones in Canada. And then the Victorian stamps have come out by the Royal Mail now in the UK. You sent out 3 World Postcard Days that have yet to be registered. Oh, okay. You cool it in the oven for hours and make sure the top part, the fat, get hard on the top. Kind of hard to explain. Well, you're doing a good job so far explaining. So it is meat on the bone from what animal? Cook it. Do any of us collect plate blocks? I don't really collect plate blocks, no. Now, Stephen from Montana has been very generous and has sent some, and even on his mail. So I am getting a few now, which is nice. I can see the appeal of them. I should try to bake this summer or this Christmas. You know what? I'm going to type it in here and see if it shows me a picture. Oh, that looks really good. I'm going to pork ribs. Okay, so I know what animal it's coming from now. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. If this is the fat that's been cut and sliced to let the juices through into the meat, that looks really good. So yeah. All right, nice to learn something. I just Googled it for the recommendation, yeah. It looks really good. Maybe I should suggest we do that instead of turkey. Turkey can be dry. What else did I miss along the way here? It looks like no new stuff coming out in Australia for stamps. Marzi Cat, do you have... You said you need to send me a new address. You are still in South Carolina, right? You haven't moved anywhere. I am looking for the person that sent this. You didn't send this, did you, Marzi Cat? And the reason I ask, like this birthday card, that's not from you, is it? Because they weren't signed. So I was looking for the person that sent them to me. Still yet a mystery. Gary used to collect corn blocks, it got too expensive. Oh, Christopher got a post-crossing card from Ukraine today. Nice. Yes, looks very yummy, Oslid. You have a post-crossing postcard from Bosnia and Herzegovina this week? You've got some good ones. Nice, Stephen. You had a deep-fried turkey this year, Christopher. Okay. I hear those can be very dangerous in order to try to do properly, because if there's any sort of moisture and you drop them in the hot oil, they can kind of explode on you. You were nervous, I bet. So I wanted to make sure that all that 200 stuff didn't fall over. There's things there for the 200th live stream. When I move that other card to show. No, you didn't send that one. Okay, you're still in South Carolina. That's good. All right, well, if you send me a card, put your new address on it. That'd be great. Or if you put it in an envelope, put your address on it. And let me know the link that it is Marzi Cat and you, that they're the same person. Yeah, those mystery cards, it says new address on it, and but it doesn't have a name, so I don't know whose new address it is and who it belongs to. Lutefisk and Big. All right, let's have a look. I'm always willing to see food ideas. As long as you're not sending me to a porn website here, we'll see. Okay, let's look at this word first. All right, that looks like more ribs, different style. And what's the other one here? Lutefisk. Lutefisk is fish. Okay, I kind of figured it might be. I'm not as keen about fish, but the other one looked good. Not that I wouldn't try it. I probably still would try it. Yeah, Christopher, your mail arrived safe and sound. I'm very happy with it. Thank you so much. And you've got lots of applications and additions to giveaways, so thank you. Oh, Stephen did the top 10 lists. Okay, so for those of you that don't know the top 10, it was suggested that people send in their top 10 stamps, or kind of a David Letterman style top 10. So I'll be glad to have that. Getting to know you kind of ways of seeing what people like. Salt cod is what lutefisk is, basically. Okay. Maybe first of several. Okay, lots of top 10 lists coming. I look forward to them. If I try it, it's an acquired taste. Okay. 'Tis the food season. Yes, we talk a lot about food on this channel. And usually do some recipes and things too. Well, hello, Carla in Mexico. Welcome. Oh, thank you so much for joining. I hope we'll see you on these live streams again, and I look forward to hearing from you in the mail too. Don't forget, feel free to comment on any of my videos too. That way I know that you're watching. And if you're on Instagram, reach out on Instagram as well. I'm that dad guy 1974. That's the way to keep in touch. Does it cost very much to rent a mailbox? So a P.O. box here, It's about $200 a year. So for those of us that have a free mailbox, it probably doesn't make sense to have an extra PO box. But for those of you that have small businesses and things, it's certainly a good way to go. And I like the fact that I'm getting all my mail delivered there. It's dry, it's inside, so my mail from you guys isn't getting wet either. Hello, Brandy. Ild, hopefully we'll hear from you again soon. Well, hello, Sarah in Germany. Everybody's showing up from around the world now. It's awesome. What are we doing? We're just having a chit chat like we do every Saturday, talking about food and hobbies and all sorts of travel and what's going on this time of year. Where are you from, Brandy? Gary says raindrops. Mail there can have raindrops on it. Wonder how long it'll keep delivery to the door. Yeah, I'm not sure how long. You're in Canada as well. What part of Canada? As you can see, in Canada as well. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, I'm not sure how long you'll keep or will keep delivery to the door. It'll all depend on how Canada Post restructures itself. And a lot of Canadians don't have door-to-door delivery anymore either, so it will just be cleaning up the last ones. Steven says he has a PO box, so that the mail and I get more likely to be protected. It's about $200 a year too. There, okay, $4 a week is worth it for the peace of mind. Yeah, I like the fact that I have a mailbox. I like the fact that mostly my mail doesn't get bent either, because the people that work there know that I come in every day and know I'm also a postie. So they usually, any big envelopes they keep behind the counter rather than folding them up to try to put them in the mailbox. So it's protected. I think it's worth it anyways. I'm just getting rid of the Luke fish off the screen behind me. There was talk that at one point in time that my channel would reach 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not, but we're only about 127 away now. So it's getting closer. We'll see. That would be another milestone to potentially celebrate if we get there. Yeah, that's what they do for me as well, Stephen. They put a card in to say come to the counter if there's any sort of a larger envelope. Sometimes the envelopes that you send are just small enough that they can slide them in sideways without having them get damaged. Today we are going out to my brother-in-law's property and have a look at some birch trees to see if they have any good ones there that might be candidates for Christmas trees this year. We won't necessarily be chopping one down today, but just kind of looking to see what there is. The spot that we used to be using, go to every year, is being developed now, so we don't have access to those trees anymore. There will be very few 3,000th anniversary. Yeah, we won't probably do that same thing. I think it will probably just be a something else, another celebration. Maybe I'll just put a party hat on and streamers. I don't know. We'll find some way of marking the occasion should we get there. It's very nice. It's Christopher, you get door-to-door deliveries right through the slot in your door. Jilly B, I believe, has that same delivery system. Well, that's annoying if you got a box that in the back the parcel was bigger than what could come out the front because of the doors. You have to check that. Yeah, sometimes that happens. The mail carrier should know. I usually put, if it's tight and I don't have another spot for it, put an elastic band around it. Then all you have to do is pull it by the elastic band and it will pull right out. But I can see if your apartment building, the door. But yeah, sorry, just froze there for a second. There was a call that seemed to be coming in. Oh, thank you, Marzget. We always enjoy putting the birch tree up and sharing it with the world. It's a little bit different than what most people have with not having a green tree. Item Re also has a slot in the door for delivery. Okay. Isabel, we also have that type of delivering mail door to door. Okay. Growing up, we had a mailbox on the house, and the mailman came door to door and delivered it that way. And then it moved to a community mailbox. So that's the way we are now in our current house, is a community mailbox. But I have my P.O. box, which makes it a lot easier. And I stop there every day. Ron said that when he was a kid in the 60s, they got mail at the door twice a day, 10 and 2. Yeah, 2 times a day delivery. I remember those as well. Not for me personally to deliver it, but the time when the mailman used to come twice a day. There used to be a pickup time and a drop-off time. But in the US, you still have, well, you have 6-day delivery, don't you? We're at 5-day, and they've been talking about going to 4-day, so they're really cutting back on the amount of days they're actually be delivered. At least letter mail. Parcel delivery, they want to go to 7 days a week. Yeah, distant past some of the twice a day delivery. The volumes just aren't there for that anymore. Oh, you got still have door to door delivery to yourself out west? Okay, Gary. You have a mailbox in your garden? You'll have to take a picture of that. Roger says they have a postman strike for a month now, but we still get bills, etc., through other forms. Okay. Well, hopefully your mail strike comes to an end soon. Having been through those myself, they're not much fun for your letter carriers or the customers. Monday through Saturday delivery in the US, and you miss the 2 times a day delivery. Still a lot of delivering. Joseph watched Going Postal this past week. That was pretty funny. Okay. Okay, we have talked about this one before. Came out in 2010. Terry Pratchett. Yeah, you can share it in your videos. That'd be great. I know earlier on I used to do that too. My walk down to the post box to check to see what, if any, mail was waiting for me. It's a fun little experience to do. So I'd love to see that in one of your videos. Gary said, growing up in Hamilton, Ontario, they used to have a combination mail and milk box with an opening on the inside and outside. I'm old enough that we had milkmen too. My mother used to put a sign in the window that said whether or not she wanted milk delivered or not, and it would be left on the step if she had milk delivery. And we got milk delivered in bags. They weren't in bottles, so bagged milk. It's still, you can still get it here in the grocery stores, and you can get it in Ontario in the grocery stores, but more people have gone to the cartons. We use cartons of milk rather than bagged milk now, but we used to have a little plastic pitcher. You put the bag in, you snip the end, and you had to pour it carefully, otherwise all the milk would pour out and come in and it would make a big mess. So yeah, I remember that too. I did not have a milk door built into the side of my house. No, they left it on their step. Mars Cat says, a fairly long walk to the mailbox at the end of the driveway. One day I'll take a picture and send it to you. It seems to me you've sent me a video of that before, because you were down the side of a hill for your driveway. Is that correct, Mars Cat? Am I thinking the right thing? Or was that your old address? Maybe you've got a new address that's very different. Seeing you said you moved. Steven says they have door-to-door delivery here also and have letterbox at the front of the gate, but you try not to get much mail delivered there as mail can get damaged. Yeah, that's outside delivery happens, and the weather plays a factor too. Ooh, we had an envelope that was torn in two. That's not good. The Milkman, a romantic time back in the ice was delivered. Okay, I was never around when ice was being delivered. I'm not that old. Gary listens to Pratchett often. Just finished the Hogfather last week. I don't know that one. Well, there's someone we're going to get rid of. I remember the bread man making deliveries as well. You say that, I wonder. Can't remember if we had bread delivered. I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did. Joseph says they're lucky with their mail. Usually arrives at 9 a.m. and the mailbox is right next to the front door. Don't even have to step outside. Perfect. Oh, you've never sent me a video. Okay. Amazon's talking about drone delivery now in certain locations. I've heard that. We'll see how well it works. Oh, excuse me. I found this week I've been tired all week for no particular reason. Now, those of you know, but last week there was some stress that was happening around the house, so that probably has some aspect to it. I took Monday off as a result, but it wasn't a busy work week. I've just found that I've been very tired all week. I don't know why. I'm sure there's lots of other people that are the same way. Maybe it's the time of the season too. A diaper man? I guess everybody delivered something at one point in time. Your encyclopedia salesman, their vacuum salesman that we came door to door. There was everybody used to come to the door to door to show you what they could do and try to sell you something. Do I think delivery mail will change in the future? Absolutely. There's no way that it will stay the same going forward. When you look at places like Denmark that are getting rid of postal delivery, will it happen everywhere? Maybe. Is anything ever going to stay the same? Nope. Not everyone gets mail delivered there. It's a town called Tulka, which has no delivery at all. Someone who lives there has the same surname as me, so her mail is put into my P.O. box. Okay. And you can't get it to her. So do you do a return to sender then? Do you just send it back to the post office and say goes to somebody else that doesn't belong here? Joseph said he saw 3 or 4 driverless taxis driving in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. It appeared they could seat 4 or 5 people. Yeah, I know that they're out there in Vegas, and Los Angeles has them. There are a bunch of different cities that are trying them out now. You remember the Fuller brush man? The gentleman came to your door selling brushes? Yeah, Ida Marie felt achy last week too. So, yeah, maybe it's a seasonal thing. Maybe Harry Potter owls will start delivering the mail. They can do that long as it's after I retire. Let me get to my pension first before I get replaced by an owl. You just hand it in at the PO post office, okay? Delivery by drone or robot possible. Imagine how wet the mail would get if it was coming by drone all the time and hanging by a clip. Oh, that would be a mess. Or trying to deliver in a snowstorm that way. Gary also remembers the Fuller Brush Man. Driverless vehicles, sort of scary. Yeah, they're. I'm not 100% believe that the technology is there yet, but I guess it has to start sometime. Ooh, Star Trek, get the mail just teleported to you. That would be awesome. That would certainly cut down on wait times. But what difference would that be from having email? You can get a message to me instantaneously right now. My cat wants to drive in space like the Jetsons. I don't know if I want a flying car. No. Makes neat noise though in Jetsons. Maybe we want to have a dog like George had too. Or a robot that helped clean up around the house. Very different than the like Roomba robots, but one with the feather duster. Burros deliver mail down the Grand Canyon. Yes, I've heard that. To the very few people that live down there. Drones would be tricky with hydro wires above the ground. Yeah, you would have to, I don't know, be very tricky. Yeah, physical boxes and things like that, that'd be a good way to teleport things. Rosie the robot, you remember, Christopher? Yep. In her French maid outfit. Now I want to go watch the Jetsons. That was a great cartoon. Or those crossover ones that had like the Jetsons and the Flintstones, so you had caveman time and the future, and yeah, there's it's Hanna-Barbera, isn't it, that put both those shows out? Dog sled mail, maybe you'll get that next week in New Brunswick, maybe. I might just get a day off next week. That's what I'm thinking might happen if we get a good amount of snow, unless it starts coming down after I'm done work and ends before I start the next day. That's always a possibility. Yeah, we all thought that the Jetsons reality would come maybe quicker than it has. So the Jetsons in Chile is called Les Supersonicos. Christopher remembers the Jetsons as well in the UK. Rosie had a crush on another robot. I'm trying to think, who was the other robot? A lot is coming true. Well, there certainly has been a lot of things. When you think of in Star Trek, the communicator that they had and the universal translator. Now we have the cell phones. We have Google Translate, those universal translating. There is some of those things that are coming to fruition, I guess. Yeah, you can still watch the YouTubes on the Jetsons on YouTube. There are other places too you can stream it, so it's possible to do. Zoom calls and robots, yeah. Seeing people right there in front of you when you're talking, like we're doing right now. And you guys are all over the planet, so we find these times where we can all get together and chit chat. It's amazing. Jane. That's your name, Marzi Cat. So should I be calling you Jane? I'm gonna have to get it in my brain that Marzi Cat equals Jane. So when I get that envelope or card from you, hopefully you'll have Jane equals Marzi Cat on it. Star Blazers. I don't know that one. I don't think. Let me just look it up and see if it looks familiar. Star Blazers. It looks kind of, the artwork looks like Robotech, but I'm not familiar with that title. Dick Tracy and the Watch Telephone. Yeah, we got that already. So that's happened. Something from the 50s. Drone delivery with packages will just become skeet shooting for prizes. Oh yeah, there'll be some people that will not like that. And there's people that already steal the parcel, so. Zoom calls change the world. It's from Japan, yeah. Well, Robotech was from Japan as well. And I'm looking at one of the characters here. This gentleman here with the blue and red, he almost looks like the Admiral from Robotech. So that's why I say that. Now, Robotech was a Japanese show that I watched growing up too. Media, yeah, I can send you Christopher's address if he gives me permission to do so. Monty loved Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, and the others. Yeah, great cartoons as well. Yeah, I definitely remember the dial-up internet. Yeah, I was around before internet and the start of it, and now where we are now. Maxwell Smart and the Cone of Silence, him, the robe. Yeah, Maxwell Smart and his, he had a telephone shoe, didn't he? Okay, Christopher, I will send Media your address after I'm done here. Joseph would watch all those bait packages that explode. I've seen some of them. They get what you, it's coming to them when they steal other people's stuff. You forgot your CompuServe login. Oh, yeah, AOL. Remember when you used to get discs in the mail, CD-ROMs in the mail for America Online that you could load it onto your computer and you get a free email as a result of it? Yeah, much easier these days for sure. Monty had a crush on Agent 99. The phone shoe, yep. Did anyone here use BBS? I don't know that one. You've got mail. Yeah. You say you've got mail and I think of Meg Ryan. And Tom Hanks. But it still excites me on my phone when I see the little mail icon and there's a number in there saying that I have a message. Oh, there's a message showing up. I've got mail. What about the computer size? Yeah, definitely the tower that you used to have under your computer, the monitor, how small it was. Growing up, we had an Atom computer, which was a brand of Coleco. That's what my father used. So we had ColecoVision to play video games on. And then we had this massive computer, and it had a dot matrix printer on the side, so you had to fold the paper in. It had little holes along the side of the paper for it to feed through. It was a big thing. And then I got a Commodore 64. That's what I played video games on, and then it had its own Commodore monitor. So yeah, boy, things have changed. And now I use an Apple computer, and all that stuff is built right into the monitor, and you just have a keyboard and a mouse. And the mouse doesn't even have a cord. Sleepless in Seattle. Yep. Couldn't film it, everything gets stolen. But he lived on a houseboat. Size of the mobile phones, yeah, those big bricks that looked like you were calling in a airstrike from the military when they first came out. You're still waiting for your Christmas stamps from Melbourne? It's been 3 weeks? Wow, that's a long time for within the same country. Wow, we certainly went down a nostalgia rabbit hole there, didn't we? All talking about the Jetsons and going right from there. We're going from Star Trek and teleportation. Sleepless in Seattle is one of your all-time favorite tearjerker movies. You had a Timex Sinclair T1000. The monitor was the TV. Expanded memory took it to 2K. I remember the T1000s. I don't remember they were made by Timex, though. What am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of the Texas Instruments. That was a different one. I think it was Texas Instruments put it out by Radio Shack, maybe. It was a Radio Shack computer at the time. Radio Shacks don't exist anymore either. But I remember a friend that had a Texas Instrument computer. The ZX81 in the UK. Mongolia issued stamps that had the Jetsons on them? Cool. And the Flintstones as well. Those would be interesting to see. Maybe there'll be a cartoon giveaway in the future. Christopher said, Where the Red Fern Grows. I don't know that movie. It was a tearjerker. The ZX81 was your first computer, Christopher? You always got Christmas gifts from Radio Shack. Jane, my brother, used to work at Radio Shack, so we used to get, well, he used to buy things because he got a discount there, but I remember it was the very first remote control we had for a television, and it had a cord that attached to the box, and it was a big dial for changing the channels. But that came from Radio Shack. Radio Shack was a great place to find all those little trinket things and to go in and see all the remote control cards that they used to have too. Or if you wanted to get that really fancy calculator, Radio Shack was the place to go. Gary said the TX and the ZX computers look like large door stops. Thin at the front and triangular profile. Okay. You had a Radio Shack in Truro near you? And I have a Truro near me, Truro, Nova Scotia. They probably had a Radio Shack in it too, because Radio Shacks are everywhere. You had one of those TV remotes too, Joseph? We thought we were so cool when my brother brought that home and had that remote that we didn't have to get up and change the twisty knob on the TV to get to the next channel. We also loved it when we got a color television. So we were talking about that. Someone else, I can't remember, recently I was talking about that of, you know, I remember a time when, with my buddy at work, Wesley, talking about how things have changed. And I said, I remember when we didn't have a color television and when we got one. The Apple IIc green screen was, you got an Apple as a nice first, well, you got an early Apple, 4th and 5th grade. Joseph said your aunt gave the TV to you. Oh, okay. Nice gift. Radio Shack, you haven't seen one in about 30 years. Radio Shack changed their name to The Source, and then I think The Source disappeared. I can't remember. I would say at least 15 years they've been gone, maybe 10 years since we've had a source in Moncton anyways. Your little sister was your first remote control. Yeah, I was the youngest one too, so I used to get to change channels as well. And fix the antennas before we had cable. You've got an original Macintosh computer. And you have, Christopher has an Apple IIc. It's in need of repairing. Now, Christopher, I know that you collect old cameras. Do you collect old computers too? I've learned that there's someone in my neighborhood that has a YouTube channel called Retro Revivals, and they do gaming. So I'm hoping one day I get a chance to go over and do an interview with them, promote their channel, and see all of the cool gaming stuff they have. They showed me a video of their basement setup. It looks pretty awesome. Item Marie says, back when TVs were invented, the screen was so small. Looks like, look at the size now. Yeah, they're huge. Oh, you still have a source in the mall out in Surrey. Okay, so they haven't completely disappeared. No, Christopher remembers being the antenna. You've got a bunch of old Macs and PCs. I thought you had some old computers in your collection. Yeah. Well, folks, we've gone down memory lane. We've talked about a bunch of cool different things too, and reminiscent, and now feeling a little old. Maybe earn this gray in my beard. I don't feel old some days, and some days I feel really old. Today's one of those days that I'm feeling a little bit older, and I think the Carlas and Isabels who are younger on here too are probably laughing at me when I'm talking about these old stories. Isabel, right now, they're huge. Item. Sometimes my ears hurt with all the screen lights. So I am going to say it's been an hour. It's time to get on with the rest of the day and to let some of you go to bed, some of you get up and start your day, and everybody else have a magical weekend.